They want to try to shut us down. I'm angry behind that. But what I'm going to do with my anger, I'm going to channel it into a positive manner. Tony, you want right now. I give my hat out to the veteran. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, young men, young women, children, and babies. I stand before you and my God to tell you of the deplorable treatment that I have received by the city of Rockford, specifically the elected officials and the appointed officials, the police department, and even the fire department. One thing I do have to say is a lot of the employees of the city are working with me. They are trying to help me. It's the elected officials who are trying to do things to stop me and to harm me and cause me to lose my business. One of the primary reasons that they're concerned with me losing my business, I would say first off,
they want your space.
I named my place JT's Bourbon Street Grill. I named it after my father. My father's name was JT. He was a sharecropper in Arkansas, and he taught me how to cook. He knew how to cook, and I learned how to cook from him. And I think I did what God said. God said to honor thy father, and I honored thy father, and I opened a business. Another reason why they don't want me in the neighborhood is it is a white neighborhood. When I opened up, I just opened up a business. I didn't open up a black business. I didn't open up a Mexican business. Food is international. Everybody eats. The city started closing down all the other African-American establishments in this city, and it just drove an element to me that was kind of hard to deal with, but we were able to deal with it until the city changed the ordinance. They changed the ordinance that if we call the police, we are not going to be fined $200 per officer. So if 10 officers come to your establishment, that's a $2,000 fine. To me, it sounds like extortion. That's something that the mafia does. However, I have to live with these ordinances because when they make these ordinances, they are doing it to the way I look at it, to choke money out of the small businesses to put in their pockets.
Yes, sir. Money.
The other reason why they want me out of this building is they're getting ready to tear down that property, and the place I have is a large building. It's a large restaurant with 11 apartments. So if they put me out of business, they won't have to pay me. What are they gonna do with that money? The money is gonna go in somebody's pocket, but they don't want to go in mine.
Yes, sir, right.
For I have done nothing wrong. I just opened a business, that's all I did.
Yes.
If I were to go down the list, I've dealt with the city attorney. The first time I met the city attorney, she couldn't even say hi to me. I met her on the elevator, I said hi. She looked down her nose at me. We rode the elevator all the way up to the 7th floor. She got off the elevator, I said, have a nice day.
Right.
She looked back at me like I had leprosy, and she stormed off to her office.
Right.
And I went to the desk and I told them who I was, and I was here to get my liquor license.
Hello?
And they said, hang on, wait a minute, let me go get Jennifer. And this is me first getting my liquor license. She come out of her office, I'm like, man, that's the same lady I just met on the elevator. And then I told her who I was, and the first thing she said to me was, let me see your ID card. The legal director, Patrick Hayes, has told my attorney when he was asked the question, what's the difference between Anthony and the previous owners who all were white? We had the same liquor license, everything was the same. The legal director told my attorney that Anthony's problem is he's too successful. To this day, I can't imagine what he meant by that, but I'm taking that if I was so successful, they're going to do everything they can to stop me.
Yeah.
The legal director has told me personally that he was going to make it to where I can't cook in my own kitchen. I'm here today, and I'm still cooking.
Come on.
And I plan on cooking for as long as the God give me the ability to cook.
Bravo.
Because that legal director didn't give me that ability, but he feels that he can take that ability away from me.
God.
He is not God. I've met with my aldermen, and I've tried to work with my alderman, which is Doug Mark. He's excuse my language, but he's a Caucasian Republican, and he said he would help me, but yet he turned around and did a motion to take away my special use permit to serve alcohol after he had promised me that he would help me. Now the city has put so many restrictions on me. I have to close at midnight every night of the week, every Friday, every Saturday. And I've done that for 2 years now. So yes, we have lost a lot of money. We work downtown. We take our grill and our tent downtown and work right across from the courthouse. And the Metro Center is right in back of me. And I'm still in the same ward as Doug Mark, my alderman. And I've learned just this week that he works in the Metro Center, so he can see me every day out there, me and my sister and brothers out there cooking and doing what we were supposed to be doing. But now he wants us to relocate somewhere else. And for what reason?
Right.
It pains him to see that I am working hard, trying to make a living. And he's going to do everything he can to stop me. I've met with the mayor, and I explained about those restrictions. Those restrictions, I can't even do karaoke. I can't do wedding receptions. Then I look at that and I'll probably say I'm probably the only restaurant in the United States of America that can't do karaoke. However, I tried not to get dismayed because I had to, no matter what, I had to keep going. I can't give up. I had to keep going.
Right.
And I explained to the mayor about those restrictions, and he's like, well, why don't you just go out of business? I'm not going out of business. I explained about the karaoke. There ain't no zoning ordinance about the karaoke. And the mayor, well, because I said so. However, I feel what they've done is they've made me a stronger person. Regardless of what they've done, we've weathered the storm, and it's getting time for them to pay me. The big question to me is, where do I go? Once they pay me, do I invest back in the city again, or do I just go to a city where such as Atlanta, or a city where I know they're not going to go after a black man's liquor license for something that he didn't do? The mayor revoked my liquor license. The state gave it back. And the city still was not going to give me my liquor license back. I had to persuade them to give me an opportunity to sell my business, and which I did. And they said, well, if you're going to sell it, then we'll wait, because they were going to take it regardless. I found a buyer. They were anticipating a buyer coming in and buying my place. But when they saw that that buyer was black, they immediately denied him. And that is when they let me continue to have my liquor license, because I think they saw the truth. They was not going to let that black man have that place. However, if that person was white, they would have immediately approved him to open business there. But one of the things that reflects on me is, regardless of what the city has done, owning a restaurant and doing what I do, that has always been my dream. So no matter what, I have lived my dream. I've done it. But the city, they think they've taken away my dream, and in all absolute truth, they have. Because I don't have a dream anymore.